Jaguar Wright literally told us a couple months ago the next person that was going to go down with Diddy was going to be JayZ, and she has been standing on their neck for a year.
Diddy have on tape, he taped everything. He taped everything and taped everybody.
How does JayZ sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly?
There may finally be some insight into how Diddy has managed to avoid accountability for the allegations against him. Some believe he's relied on the same strategies that helped him during his 1999 nightclub trial.
Park, I'm wondering where we going. And as we going towards the boathouse, I look in the distance and it's this man in all black. He's in all black. And he turns and it looked like he had the white collar. I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be positive, but it looked like he had the white collar because Puff said, yo, Gene, stay right here. And I stayed right there and he kept on walking. So when Puff get directly to the dude, he gets down on his knees. When he gets down on his knees, this man takes something and it seemed like it had smoke in it and he started doing it around Puff. And then he went back and forth and then he went up and down with it, sideways with it, then back around him. And then he put it down and then he put his hand on Puff's head and I guess he started, saying something. I don't even really know what he said, but I couldn't tell what he said. You understand what I'm saying? Long story short, I see Puff reach into this case. And when he reached into this case, he came out and you could see something white in his hand. I didn't know it was a bird. I didn't know what it was at first, but he threw it up in the air. And when he threw it in the air, it came straight back down like it was a brick and said, pow, on the concrete. And I was like, oh, that was a dove. That was a...
What's fascinating now is that many in the industry might be feeling uneasy with Diddy back in the spotlight, wondering if old connections or past decisions could come back to haunt them. One name that often surfaces in these conversations is
JayZ is setting Diddy up.
He basically, or I keep saying Puffy, Diddy gets to get out, be with his family. They didn't really railroad him like they did R. Kelly.
Isn't that interesting how I've been saying that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Since 2022, I've been talking about acceptable monsters. Hand-selected, hand-picked. Tell me something. How does R. Kelly's music get snatched off the radio and Diddy's doesn't?
Why? According to Jaguar Wright, the situation goes much deeper than most people realize. She believes Diddy and JayZ are at a pivotal crossroads, one that could redefine hip-hop itself. Behind all the headlines and the glamour, Wright suggests there's a quiet struggle unfolding, a clash between loyalty and truth, between protecting one's legacy and confronting reality.
Told us that JayZ won't be able to stay silent about his connection to Diddy. And baby, she wasn't lying, because Jaguar Wright was just on Piers Morgan exposing the out of JayZ. Jaguar Wright was calling out JayZ for his silence, saying that now he's gonna have no choice but to talk because he has connections with Diddy, R. Kelly, Epstein, and Harvey Weinstein. She also said that she has victims that have video footage of these freak-offs and what they do to people, and she said that she saw what JayZ and Beyonce were allegedly doing to people. Jaguar Wright even said that JayZ is the one that allegedly set up R. Kelly because he knew everything that he was doing and he was doing the same shit. And she said that JayZ is the one that funded surviving R. Kelly because his best friend for years is Dream Hampton. And baby, she wasn't lying. JayZ and Dream Hampton have been friends for years.
Site appears that pressure is mounting on Diddy while he's behind bars. Some speculate that, in an effort to protect himself, he could reveal the names of others involved in his circle, and JayZ's name has already been mentioned in the mix. Jaguar Wright also suggests that there are still deeper secrets waiting to surface, ones that could shake the industry even more than anything revealed.
It's one thing to write it all off as weird sex stuff, but it's another thing when you look at it for what, in my opinion, I believe it actually is.
And what is it?
Demonic, ritualistic behaviors, humiliation rituals, offerings to the devil.
We were just talking about that. Revelation 17, the mystery of Babylon. I don't think people really want to get into that when they talk about mystery Babylon and the abominations and the rituals, the sex rituals, the traffic to the traffic jam.
I mean, we all know the saying that they have out here, right? They say that the music industry, the film industry, Hollywood and all that is the devil's playground. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. What about you? Leave it in the comment section. Let's talk about it, but let's also continue.
The selling of your body, all that stuff, mystery of Babylon, y'all.
Like, I want y'all to really think about what they were talking about. See, everybody was, the spreading of bodily fluids from one person to another, using one person as a receptacle, and then taking it from that person's body and then putting it and smearing it all over like these.
Understand how things reached this point. You have to look back to when JayZ and Diddy ruled hip-hop like kings. They weren't just artists, they were cultural architects. JayZ built ROC Nation, Diddy helmed Bad Boy, and together they shaped not only music, but also fashion and the very definition of success. Their parties were legendary, their bonds seemed unbreakable, but according to Jaguar Wright, that loyalty may have been founded on more than friendship. It was built on secrets, the kind that could shatter everything if ever exposed.
Diddy could have definitely been like an undercover CIA agent like Jeffrey Epstein. I watched that in a video or something. And it's possible that he came in the game young, because I heard that a story of Gene Deal saying that Diddy had to go meet with the feds. He don't know what it was about, and it was in his earlier part of his career. I wonder if he could have been working with him for all these years. Who knows? Let's talk about it in the comments, but we're going to continue.
SEX magic. Sure enough. Yeah, JayZ, yeah, he wears the Aleister Crowley t-shirt.
Well, I got dragged.
He had a line of his own clothing. Like, I want you to really think about this.
I got dragged for bringing that to people's attention. They were like, oh yeah, he's a conspiracy theorist because he said. I'm like, no, that's what he wore. And he was with Abramovich. Like, yeah, y'all gotta, who you hang with is who you are.
I'm still trying to understand how people want to sit there and talk about me, and he's sitting there frontal lobe to frontal lobe with a known witch, and people don't question.
And the funny thing is
thou wilt. Yeah.
The funny thing is when you talk about witches, and I'm still not going to go in on this raccoon of a content creator who decided to shout you out one minute and then try to drag you for going on a platform and saying you said about witchcraft takes one to know one, and he just automatic you a witch. So the thing is that's another smear campaign, your credibility, and then they go after your.
You want to know what's funny?
I don't want to say religiosity. What is it?
What is what?
No, I'm saying they go after your credibility.
Right. Has even suggested that Diddy's only way out might be to come clean, to reveal everything he knows, no matter who gets caught in the fallout.
Right, tried telling us about JayZ and Diddy and nobody believed her. I remember her very first interview years ago saying how Diddy was a trafficker and everybody thought she was crazy and everybody ridiculed everything she had to say. Well, now does she seem crazy? What I love about Jaguar Wright is watching her time and time again get vindicated on things that she says. Like, it was so crazy back then that nobody wanted to believe it, but now that we are seeing things come to light, how crazy is it actually? I've always been the type that can't stand when people are called crazy because the things that they are saying are hard for a person to believe. This doesn't make a person crazy, and these people wouldn't be saying these things for no reason. We watch it happen time and time again with these situations, just like Cat Williams, just like Michael Jackson, just like Aaron Carter, and even Kanye. Really feel like in 2024, everybody has woken up and seen that all of these people saying this throughout the years, they're not crazy. They're not saying all of this for no reason, and it's something that I've known for years. Jaguar Wright literally told us a couple months ago the next person that was going to go down with Diddy was going to be JayZ, and she has been standing on their neck for years now. She's even talked about JayZ's alleged relationships with younger people in the past, such as Aaliyah, such as Foxy Brown, such as Rihanna, and even Beyonce.
What Wright truly wants Diddy to speak on involves a woman named Kathy Carana White. Someone she claims had a close relationship with JayZ and was allegedly pregnant with his child. According to Wright, Kathy passed away just a day after reportedly expressing plans to go public about their connection.
Life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming. And the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brands.
That's where Wright's claims take an even darker turn. She believes both Diddy and JayZ know more than they've admitted about what happened to Kathy, and that Diddy could reveal the truth if he ever decides to cooperate with investigators. But will he? According to Wright, the cracks in their friendship began appearing years ago. Fans first noticed when JayZ skipped one of Diddy's major events, and Diddy returned the gesture by missing one of Jay's. It might have seemed minor at the time, but in a world where every move is scrutinized, silence can say more than words. Their public smiles no longer matched their private distance. Something that, according to former Bad Boy head of security Roger Bonds, may have deeper meaning than most realize. Next,
It was that JayZ's camp basically put out a statement saying that Jay and Puff are not friends and they're not close at all or whatever else. Did you see the two of them interact a lot?
I seen them interact, but I wouldn't say they was close. I believe Puff felt they was close.
Oh.
But if you was a person on the outside looking in, like me and Uncle Paulie used to always talk about it, me and D-Rock would talk about, yo, why Puff kind of like sucking Jay off so much? You know what I'm saying? Because you'd be like, we done flew to 5 or 6, 7 different concerts that JayZ has. But JayZ is not at one of Puff's shows. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Rock brunch where Puff will break his neck to get to the brunch. But JayZ don't pop up at any of Puff parties. You know, now I can only speak up until 2012. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was breaking his neck. Like at the end of the day, in our mind, we say, yo, he ain't even invite Puff to his wedding. When he married Beyonce, Steve Stout and all of them was there. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was kind of in his feelings, but once again.
Oh, Puff was upset he didn't get invited to the wedding?
Of course he was.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But You got to remember, we're security, so we're bottom on a tote pole. So he's not going to show you that it really affects him until you have a little conversation with him, or you say something, or you overhear something. But he didn't get invited to that, you know. Yeah, Jay came through every once in a while. Like if we was in a yacht in San Tropez or one of these places like that, Jay might ride up, you know what I'm saying? And it's more or less to show, yeah, I got a yacht too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm out here too. More or less than we're tight friends. I look at it as two people that's getting money because they did have some businesses together and we did have to go to some meetings together. And it was like, this is how far it goes, but we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? Like people ask me that all the time. I mean, Jay ain't really with Puff. It was no personal into it. It would be like if Ron Burgos is flying from LA on his jet, but JayZ just so happens to be going to New York too. We all end up on the jet flying back, those type of things, but nothing to go out his way. If we in a club, you might be downtown at bed or something like that. JayZ might be there, so they end up at the same table. You know what I'm saying? And it was times where I listen to the records now where JayZ said, "Yo, why should I drink Ciroc when Puff? I mean, why should I drink Grey Goose when Puff got Ciroc?" This is something new that just started happening because I remember we almost got into a big altercation with Pecos and them because
Sean Pecos?
Yeah, because Puff was there and Jay and them was there and they had a bunch of Grey Goose bottles come to the table. And Puff felt like, yo, that was disrespectful. And he knocked over the Grey Goose bottles, you know what I'm saying?
Wright has continued to speak out about JayZ and Diddy over the years, often making bold comparisons. She's drawn parallels between powerful figures like Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, R. Kelly, and Diddy, claiming they all share one common link. JayZ, according to Wright, he has managed to stay in the background, steering the narrative while others face the consequences.
Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a JayZ victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
That Wright believes is exactly why Diddy might eventually turn on JayZ, revealing everything he knows when the pressure becomes too much to bear.
I think that if he's cornered in the way that he's been now, that he may start revealing things about other people.
He has no choice. His ego and his addiction won't allow him to do anything different. Anybody who thinks he's not going to talk is crazy. He's got everybody on tape. They all know it. It's a mess. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does JayZ sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Wright's statements may sound intense, but she insists she's been sounding the alarm for years, claiming that JayZ and Diddy have maintained their influence in the industry through control and intimidation.
It's so funny because my videos are being heavily suppressed. You know, I gotta read you guys this. It's funny. It's like they really want to corral everywhere I go and who I talk to and what I say. Oh, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I don't have it in here. I sent myself the wrong one. No, that was a long. Oh, but then there is this. Oh, did you see this? Have you seen this? Yeah. Jaguar Wright, almost unalived by Diddy's hitman. Noah Jacob, TV. I shouted him out once before. I guess they paid you real good. You fake Christian piece of crap. Bearing false witness. You call yourself a Christian? Bearing false witness, you stupid little kid. Because if you think I'm not going to come after your platform, and if you think I'm not going to make sure that everybody goes to your platform and report you for the lies you told with your AI evidence video that you put up.
Yeah.
Do you know what the video said? That number one, it said Diddy's hitman, but I thought Diddy and JayZ wasn't friends.
You believe Jaguar Wright or not, her statements have reignited one of hip-hop's most controversial conversations. Just how much truth might be buried beneath the layers of fame, fortune, and silence. And she's not the only one raising questions about Diddy and JayZ. Oshino, another voice from within the industry, pointed out that one of the most striking parts of Diddy's downfall is how quickly those who once stood beside him began to distance themselves, especially JayZ. He reminded people that JayZ and Diddy were once seen as equals, two self-made moguls who rose from nothing to dominate the culture together. But as Diddy's troubles grew, JayZ seemed to step back almost immediately. According to Oshino, it was as if JayZ saw the storm coming long before anyone else did.